Welcome to the Third One channel, where today we're making some final predictions for the airing of the second season of the iCarly revival, which is happening in just under a week. A little short video talking about some new episode titles, a new preview, and fan predictions. Before I start the video, I'll just mention that I have made videos already about the second season coming up in about 5 days. I made a trailer breakdown where I made predictions, went through the whole trailer. I made a 5 questions after the trailer video, which was like instant questions that came up. And I talked about the characters returning for 2022 in iCarly. Definitely check that one out because that was a lot of fun to make. But let's move on into the content of this video, where first up we have some new titles, second up we got a new preview, and third we got this really weird like backstage footage, so stick around. But first let's start by talking about the titles. So the first episode will be called I Guess Everyone Just Hates Me Now, which is, by the way, the longest title in the revival to date. It will air on April 8th. It's directed by Phil Lewis, who directed the pilot, and written by Ali Shoten, which also I think worked on the pilot. So these are their kind of main people driving the story, and I think this one is about Carly's decision between Bo, Wes, and Freddie. We saw a lot of this in the trailer, so I talked about the trailer already, so I'm going to try to keep it to what we know now. And yeah, this is going to see Carly dealing with the backlash of all of that and the different guys that are interested in her. Next, we got another title. This is the second episode, or it's either second or third episode. We don't know officially yet, but it's called I'm Wild and Crazy. I'm guessing this is where Carly goes off the rails a little bit. We'll talk about the preview a little bit later, but there are... it seems like that might be a direction they're going. So I'm Wild and Crazy, definitely talking about Carly, but obviously hard to make predictions just from a title. Moving on, we got I Object Lubert, which we saw plenty of in the trailer. It seems like there's some sort of court case involving Guppy, Lubert, and Chuck. So the best guess is that iCarly's getting sued, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but it seems like this will be the 5th episode of the season. Moving on, last title we have is I Dragged Him. I'm guessing this has to do with iCarly. Carly again with some guy. Maybe it is Freddie. And I'll get into why I think it might be Freddie in just a bit. But those are our titles. Nothing much to say about them. Let's move on. Let's talk about this teaser, which I'll put all the links in the description. You can check it out. It's not very long. It's like 15-30 seconds long. But what do we learn from this trailer? There's definitely some kind of conflict. Carly's definitely facing some kind of challenge. She's getting canceled or whatever. She's really pulling together to fight against everyone who is criticizing her. Second, we learn about Josh's character, like Josh Peck's character, and what he might be doing. Basically, he says something along the lines of, I was you for Carly in Italy. So it seems he was the tech guy or manager guy in Italy for Carly. So that's going to be a very interesting look into what will happen. I'm guessing that he's going to be in one episode, and then Carly will realize that she prefers Freddie or something. I don't know. And lastly, we get a lot more creddy in this preview, I think. Some more tension. Obviously, they're building up for it. I think Miranda Cosgrove has gone out and said that there will be more creddy in this season, so exciting, of course. Moving on, we got this preview, which I don't really know what the source for this is, but I saw it on the Reddit, and what does this feature? It features a very awkward Carly saying, she just knows you, she just knows you. And from the trailer, we've seen that maybe Freddie gets a girlfriend, and this, to me, feels like Carly being a little bit jealous, maybe. And maybe this is going to be towards the end of the season, some kind of boiling point for Carly being jealous or her feelings truly coming out. Very interesting. Definitely go watch this one, because this one caught me a little bit off guard. Moving on, I figured we'd take the top upvoted prediction on the Reddit. So she says a lot here, but the key points are, this first point is that there's going to be this fake dating scheme. The second one was that nothing will actually really happen this season between the two, but that Wes and Bo will apparently, according to her, be gone by the first episode, which I kind of agree with. Then there's a mention of Harper losing her job with her boss because of the kiss that happened at the end of last season. And then there's some mentions of Freddie rising in power with a new app, girlfriend, whatever, and Carly spiraling down. But let me go into depth into 3 different, predictions or things I'll talk about before ending this video. First up is the fake dating storyline, which I had thought of before, but it really makes sense looking at the trailer, the new teaser. People are predicting it, And yeah, it seems like there's maybe out of the first episode where she has to choose between the three, maybe she'll go on like a PR fake dating with Freddy, which makes a lot of sense for what we're seeing. And I think that would be a great storyline, maybe something that'll escalate that uh, romantic tension between Freddy and Carly that we've seen for over a decade now. But I definitely think, even looking at this picture, I'm thinking this is definitely something that's going to happen straight from the first episode. And Wes and Bo are gone, I think. Next up, iCarly gets sued by Lubert. I think this is a brilliant storyline. It seems obvious that Lubert is going to be the opposition and he's going to sue them for, you know, defamation of character, for making him look like an idiot, which he'll probably win, which was predicted by the person on Reddit, and which will cause iCarly to gain more and more problems. But towards the end of the season, I think Carly's going to build up, build up, build up. But it definitely feels like it's going to start with a fall and them losing this court case, and it's going to be really fun to watch this episode. That's all I'll say. But I think iCarly, yes, does get sued and probably will lose the lawsuit. Next up, and lastly, I cannot go a video without mentioning this, but as you saw in the last picture, we saw Guppy, which means you can't bring Guppy back without giving Gibby a main cast member, which has not been mentioned once. Super weird, annoying. Uh, there's gonna be some kind of meaningful explanation to Gibby. I mean, Sam got a pretty much a write-off episode last season, but I think Gibby, they haven't mentioned him on purpose till now because there's gonna be something more with him. Not that he's gonna appear, but there's gonna be more involvement from him in the story, especially with Guppy showing up. But we're definitely gonna get a Gibby explanation. You can quote me on that, but this is what I'm most excited for right now, along with the credit stuff. But those are my predictions. I think that's a good place to end it. If anything else comes out, I will update you guys. But feel free to put your predictions down below. Let me know what you guys think. Am I really wrong? Are you guys excited? All of this, and stay tuned for more iCarly because I'll be covering all of the second season with episode reviews and whatnot. Lots of stuff. But thank you for watching this shorter video about our final predictions for we get be seeing this new season. But yes, too much talking. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys very soon with another video.